Itu bapak. Memang kan.
Oh, lajunya banget. Laju banget. Kenapa kamu?
Di sana. Ayo, sama bapak, ayo.
Diteruskan ya, habis berjemur.
Nah.
Hell to the hell to the hell to the hell to the no. This dude like called out the croc like a German shepherd, and the doggone thing swam up and showed a little bit of love. This is a monstrous croc, and I would have absolutely zero interest in being even close to this thing outside of the zoo. Here's a video that I had never seen before. A hungry king cobra is, let's just say, ready to eat. King cobras are the largest of all venomous snakes, and this one has an appetite for some chicken. But this mother isn't having it and emphatically protects her babies. This is a pretty epic battle. Was much more brave than most people would be. The bear wasn't scared enough of the photographer and came in for a closer look, presumably to look for some food, like they always do. The photographer actually chases off the huge polar bear a couple of times, like with no weapon in hand. Hell to the nah, man, my black ass would have been going the other way, bro. I ain't finna try to call the bluff of a doggone polar bear. Hell to the hell to the hell to the no. Here's a very interesting video of some bears in the distance. Now, I mean, they are a pretty good distance away, to be honest with you. Like, to the point that even you or I probably wouldn't have even felt threatened by them if we were there. Unfortunately, one of the bears spotted the human, and he wanted to come give him a hug right quick.
All right, it's time to leave.
Here is a giant polar bear who figured he would help himself to some stuff in the bed of this truck, hoping to find some food out of there. The same bear did it again with another truck, but what tripped me out is how dude got out of the truck. Not a good idea at all unless you have a weapon in your hand, bro. Like, just keep your butt in the truck next time.
Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on.
Gotta love man's best friend. This went viral years ago as this pretty Weimaraner tries its hardest to figure out how to get this huge hunk of wood and walk across the bridge with it. Well, with a little persistence, I think it figured it out.
That's a good boy. You did it.
Holy shit! Good bullseye! Holy shit! It's a huge bull!
So these guys are out fishing in the ocean with some little ass wooden boats for some reason. They caught something much bigger than a goldfish.
Bail some water here. Oh my god! Look at this boat! Oh my gosh! Dude, that's like a 9 or 10 footer. That is not like 7. That's huge.
Are you kidding me? A 10-foot shark And all y'all got are these little flimsy boats? Hell to the no.
He's on the truck! He's on the... She opened the freaking door! She's in there! We're gonna have so much to repair! Oh my God. Here comes the mama. No, is that the baby?
The question always in a situation like this, where a bear is destroying your stuff in front of you, is what do you do? I mean, you're gonna walk up to it and say, hey, Mr. Bear, can you please stop? Heck, in this case, it's multiple bears on top of that. Really, only thing to do, if you can't scare them off, is just to have your auto insurance company on speed dial. There is nothing like a fight between three 1,000-pound bears, right? There are other ones here at the Romanian Zoo, but they just laying back in the cut in observation mode. It's always crazy to me how huge animals like this, they just fight and fight, and then they go about their business like nothing just happened. Like the strongest man in the world couldn't even survive 5 seconds in an all-out temper tantrum with one of these things. It's just incredible.
Hi.
Not sure exactly what kind of bears these are. My guess is that these are sun bears, but I could be wrong. Sun bears, by the way, are the smallest bear, but actually one of the most aggressive. These bears know that there is food in this vehicle, and they are trying their darndest to get some.
And there's this tonight. Giant California condors are considered a critically endangered bird species, but they seem to be flocking to one woman's home. About 15 to 20 of the giant birds have recently taken a liking to Cinda Mickles' home in Tehachapi. Mickles' granddaughter has been sharing photos of the rowdy guests on Twitter. The birds have trashed the deck, and these massive birds have left their calling cards just about everywhere.
The condor, which is a species of vulture, are so rare that most people in California, southwestern Utah, and northern Arizona have never seen one. These areas are where they technically live at, but keep in mind, there are only like 500 or so of them total. Thus, the odds of seeing 15 to 20 of them in one spot are like lottery-sized odds. I would be so disgusted looking at these very ugly but very rare scavenger birds.
We're coming. I'm gonna break this window. We're breaking the window. Do you have a knife? Do you have a knife? You do that. Tell me if you have a knife. I'll find out.
This one's insane. So there's a flood in Baton Rouge, and as you can see, this car is sinking fast. A small group of good Samaritans know that there is a woman in there, and their quick thinking saved her. What they also discover is that there is also a dog in there as well. I mean, wow, what a daring rescue, because I'm pretty sure this dog probably only had a few more seconds had it not been saved when it was.
Daddy, how you going, baby?
Push the button. I know how to operate this.
Get him, son! Get him!
The giant African bullfrog is one of the greediest animals in the world. If it can fit it in their mouth, they're going to eat it. These things do not play. Look at these things devour worms, crickets, and even mice. Can you imagine if this was like the size of a black bear or something? They'll be gobbling up humans left and right.
What would you do if you had never seen your own reflection before? What would you inspect first? Chimps groom, magpies preen, but what do elephants do? As it turns out, the elephants really like to look inside their own mouths and check out how their trunks move, and the males, they're pretty impressed with their tusks.
Here's a very interesting video where some Asian elephants are presented with a mirror. I didn't know what to expect when I saw this, but was pleasantly surprised. The elephant quickly understood it is the subject in the mirror and that it wasn't another elephant. And it began using the mirror in the same way you or I would. Started like opening its mouth to look around and even checking out other body parts it normally couldn't see. And then this happened.
In this test, the scientist places a visible mark on an animal's body at a location they can only see in the reflection of a mirror. If the animal approaches the reflection and touches the mark on the mirror image, in other words, on the mirror animal, this may mean they are confused about what's going on. But if they use the mirror to investigate and potentially wipe away the mark on themselves, they are clearly demonstrating that they understand the mirror image is a reflection.
Alright, let's do this.
Here's a guy with his GoPro who goes diving in the water in Sydney, Australia, and it seems pretty peaceful at first. Then he makes a terrifying discovery. Look at the size of this shark. The people he is with are the ones that alert him to the giant shark who very nearly devoured him. Like, who would not be in that water is my black ass. Unbelievable.
Og du begynner å fortelle, så blir det litt sånn usannsynlig. Det topper nesten alle historier om du vil eller ikke da.
Here's another polar bear, and this time, people are actually feeding it. Sounds like a bad idea, but hey, maybe that's just me. The biggest issue with this is the sheer amount you would have to give a polar bear just for the doggone thing to be satiated. This particular bear probably hasn't had a good meal in a while, and it showed here. OMG. So what was this snake thinking? Like, I'm just saying, foolish snake, don't you know this is an alligator snapping turtle? They had a brief little skirmish, and then the snake made a mistake that, let's just say, it'll never make again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the best animal commentary out there. I'm Curtis. See you next time.
Okay. Do good, do great, and they talk bad on you. No mean, no face, cause they're not factual. I won't stay too long here, I'm just passing through. I might hit the bank and get a bag of